Welcome to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome. So if you guys have never been to my channel or you don't know who I am, I just recently had a little boy. He turned 3 months old on the 15th, which is just crazy to me. I cannot believe where time is going. When they say don't blink, they mean it, because it seriously flies by. So for today's video, as you can see by the title, I wanted to do a video where I kind of talk about things that I wasn't really, not necessarily expecting as a mom, but things I wish I knew. And also I'm going to be sharing things that I really enjoy being a mom and things that I think would help you guys. If you are a soon-to-be mom, or maybe you're a mom already, and maybe some of this will help you guys. So before I jump into this video, I just want to mention that I am exclusively pumping. I was breastfeeding for the first 2 weeks that he was here, but it just didn't work out for us. The latch wasn't good. He had a tongue tie, which we actually did have fixed. It just wasn't really working. It was stressing me out mentally, and I thought, you know, I need to do what's best for my mental health, so I am strictly pumping. And we are using formula as a supplement. I mainly do milk, but we do mix in formula just to keep him a little bit more full. So the first topic that I want to discuss is pumping. So as you can see, my background is filled with stuff. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have just some things that I want to talk about and share with you guys. So the first thing that I wish I knew about when I first started pumping is to have a hands-free bra. You guys, this is life-changing. There's nothing more annoying than having to sit there and hold the bottles to your breast. It is so annoying. For the first week or so that I was pumping, I sat there and was just like, this sucks. I want to say the first couple weeks I was pumping, I wasn't using this bra because I had no idea about it. And then someone had reached out to me and told me about it, and I was so happy that they did, because it is life changing, you guys. This I did get off Amazon. I will have it linked below, but it makes pumping so much more, I don't want to say satisfying, because pumping is nowhere near satisfying in my opinion. I do not enjoy it, but it does make the process a little bit easier. That way you can use your hands. It's really easy. It just goes around you like a bra. There are these little holes in here that the flange will go through. It zips in the front and it's adjustable. I truly don't know if I would have been able to pump as long as I have been without this. So this just does the job for you. Definitely wish I knew about this when I first became a mom and was pumping. I had no idea. So if you are pumping and you don't have a hands-free bra, I highly recommend one. Next up, I want to talk about this little guy. Yes, this is a vibrator, but it's actually meant for your breast. I got it off Amazon as well. I forget the name of this. I think it's like the Lavi or something like that, but it's waterproof. This is amazing, especially if you are exclusively pumping, because for me, I do get clogs and I did get mastitis once, and it is not fun. So this little guy is amazing to really massage your breasts and help get the milk flowing. And it's really good too if you do have a clog and you're trying to really break that up, or if you are in the tub and you want to use it because it is waterproof. You can also bring it in the shower, obviously, and it's really nice because the warm water really helps to open up those ducts, and then you use this to really massage it, and it really does help relieve any like engorgement, or if you have like lumps in your breasts, this really helps to break them up. So this is another thing that I wish I knew about. I want to say I ordered this maybe a month or so ago, so I wish I had it all throughout pumping, because it would have helped so much. You guys need to get some sort of heat compress. I really like these from the brand Lanaso. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's this brand right here in the purple packaging. This is really nice because it is microwavable, or you can freeze this. So if I'm really trying to stop the swelling, if I have like engorgement or just uncomfortable pain, I do like to freeze this, because the cooling sensation will really help to calm anything that is inflamed. And then if I am having issues kind of getting that milk flowing, I will microwave this. And this does come with this little casing here, so you can actually clip this right here and it goes right around your breast. Super helpful. If you are someone that is breastfeeding or pumping, I highly recommend something like this. Okay, these were an absolute lifesaver for me. I am not kidding you when I say these literally changed the game. These are by the brand Legendary Milk. They're sunflower lecithin. You guys, these changed the game for me. I was getting so many clogged ducts because I was producing a lot of milk. It was an absolute nightmare for me. I was having clogs like every other day and it was awful. So someone recommended these to me and they are a pretty decent sized pill. If you are someone that doesn't like taking pills, they do actually have this in a powder form. I don't know how that tastes. I've seen really good reviews on the powder as well, but this is the size of the pill, so it is a decent size. But because I was taking the prenatal vitamins, my prenatal vitamins were actually this big, so I got used to taking this size pill. And I do like that they are gel. They're not chalky, so they slide right down, and you can take like 3 to 4 of these a day if you are having a clog. They really just help to thin out your milk, so they really help get the milk flowing. They really help break down like really fatty milk. It says for a clogged duct, you can take 1 soft gel 3 to 4 times daily, or for just daily maintenance, which I highly recommend, just taking 2 times a day. This really just helped keep my milk kind of flowing easily, and I will say this is like a life changer for me. If it wasn't for these, I would probably have so many clogs. So I highly recommend these. I've already taken half the bottle so far and they're amazing. Highly recommend. Something that I also wish that I did when I started pumping was labeling the little bags that you freeze your milk with. I wish I also put the time that I pumped on the freezer bags, because if you are pumping at morning and night, you're going to produce different types of milk. So I actually didn't know that there are 2 different types of breast milk. There's foremilk and hind milk. Foremilk has a lower fat content in it, while the hind milk has a higher fat content in it. So your body's gonna produce what your baby needs. So usually at nighttime, I feel like my milk is definitely more fatty, and it's good to give to the baby so that they sleep better. So I wish that I marked down the time of day for each frozen bag of breast milk, because now I don't know what milk is what. So I just recently started putting down the time of day. So like I'll put morning or night. That way I can use the nighttime one for his night feedings, because it'll keep him fuller throughout the night. That is something that I did not know. So that is something to keep in mind. Also, if you are freezing your milk, another little trick is to freeze your little bags of milk laying flat. I did not know this. For the longest time, I would just put my bags of milks in the freezer standing up, and they would take up so much space because they would kind of expand. Whereas if you lay it down flat, it's gonna freeze flat, and then you can store it a lot better. So what I like to do is take, another thing that's good to know is if you are exclusively pumping and you do have overproduction, you are gonna want to invest in some type of chest freezer. I actually just got one from Home Depot a couple weeks ago because I was producing so much milk that I had no room in my freezer. So this is also great to invest in. That way you can keep your frozen milk in there. And how I like to organize that is I will go by the dates. I will typically do like 5 to 10 frozen bags inside one freezer bag, and then put the dates on that, and just keep the newest at the bottom and just use the oldest milk first. That's another thing that I just recently started doing, and I wish I started from the beginning. I was getting a ton of questions. So I'm typically pumping about 35 ounces a day. There are some days that I pump 40 to 45. And although some people are like, oh my God, that's great, I'm envious of you, like that's amazing, I really think the reason why I was able to pump so much was because I was getting so many clogs that I was persistently pumping every 2 hours to try to get those clogs out. And I feel like that made my milk production a lot more. With pumping, you have to be persistent. You know, pumping can be a lot of work. It really is a lot of work. And in the beginning, I was super consistent and I was pumping every 2 hours. And I really do think that that helped with my milk production, because guys, I was only pumping like 1 ounce or 2 ounces on each boob. And it was so frustrating because I would pump for a while and there was just nothing coming out. So one thing that I really want to mention as well, with my milk, I tend to have to pump for 30 minutes at a time, because when I was only pumping 10 to 15 minutes and stopping, that's what was causing my clogged ducts, because I was producing so much milk that I wasn't emptying my breasts. And although like I thought they were empty, they definitely weren't, because one day I pumped for a half hour and I got so much more milk than I've ever gotten. And ever since I was doing 30 minutes a pump session, I've been getting so much more milk. So if you are struggling with milk production, I recommend pumping for a longer period of time, because it really tricks your body into thinking that you need more milk for your baby, so it will produce more. Your body is so in tune with what you and your baby needs. So if you pump longer, it's going to produce more milk eventually. So if you are frustrated and you're not pumping enough milk, just keep at it. Be persistent. Do, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and try to do a little bit longer each time. I know it's time consuming, but trust me, it's worth it. I do want to also mention that in the beginning, the first couple of months, you do want to pump every 2 to 3 hours, but as your milk regulates and your body knows how much to produce, you can go longer sessions. So I typically go about 4 hours, every 4 hours, and then I usually go a little bit longer through the night. So a pumping day for me is usually like 8 a.m. to like 1 p.m. to 5 or 6, and then I like to do like 8 or 9, and then sometimes I will do like 1 or 2 in the morning. That's what I like to stick to. Just a little few tips on pumping, because this is something that I struggled with the most and things that I've learned the most throughout my pumping. So I really wanted to cover that for you guys, because it was kind of like a trial and error with me. I just was trying to figure out my pumping schedule, and I was trying to figure out how to produce more milk, and those were things that worked for me, was upping the time and just being patient and persistent. Okay, so the next item that I want to talk about is actually good for breastfeeding or pumping, and these are the Lanaso, I hope I'm saying that right, Soothies. These are the cooling gel pads. It can be reused for up to 72 hours. For extra cooling, you can actually store these in the refrigerator. These I found really useful in the beginning when I was kind of starting to get used to pumping and breastfeeding. My nipples were so raw, and they still are pretty raw, I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot on your body, so little things like this are just really helpful, and they are just little pads that have like a covering on them. I don't want to open this pack because I have a couple packs and I don't want to open these ones, but if your nipples are just feeling like really raw and just need a little pick-me-up, these are so nice. I actually took these to the hospital with me when I was breastfeeding, and these were a lifesaver. They really just cooled my nipples and made them feel like relieved. So I highly recommend something like this. If you are nursing or exclusively pumping, they are amazing. Stop this video right now and go buy yourself this bra, you guys. I have it in 3 different colors, and it is life-changing, you guys. If you are breastfeeding or you are pumping, you're constantly taking your bra off, and this is something that is so convenient. I'm sure you guys have seen these before if you are a mom, or if you have done your research. So this is what the bra looks like. It has this little clasp right here that removes down, so you can actually just pull this down, latch your baby right on, or hook your pump up, and it is just so useful. These are the only bras that I've worn my whole postpartum, and I actually did wear these during my pregnancy because they are super comfortable. They have this big clasp in the back here that you can adjust your sizing. I do wear a size large in these because my boobs are fairly large right now, so I do like a more comfortable fit. Also, I highly recommend wearing some type of loose bra like this that's going to give you support but doesn't have any wire in the bottom. Any sports bras or anything like that is going to be super welcoming to mastitis or clogs, because it's very restricting and doesn't allow the milk to flow smoothly. So I would stop wearing any type of tight bra or sports bra. I wish I had known that. They are a game changer, and I highly recommend. I got them off Amazon. They do come in a 3-pack, which is nice. The 3-pack that I got is this tan color of baby pink and black, which I think are perfect, because if I'm wearing something like a nude shirt or something, I just wear this. And then the black is good for if I'm wearing black. It's just a really nice bra. Also, it is adjustable. So yeah, I highly recommend if you are nursing or pumping, these bras are amazing. This is a good bra for really anybody. Where would I be without this? You need some type of nipple butter. I actually was not using this for a while when I was pumping. I didn't really think to put the nipple butter on. I only thought, you know, if you're breastfeeding to use the nipple butter. I don't know why I didn't think to use this when I was pumping. My nipples have actually had a little bit of trauma recently just from pumping and pumping and pumping. I'm pretty sure I do have the correct flange size, which is another really, really important thing. If you are pumping, you really want to make sure you have the correct flange size. I've gone back and forth using all different sizes, and I think I really just want to hire a lactation consultant and just actually get sized, because a lot of us don't really know much about that. That's, you know, it's hard to know what your exact size would be, but it can cause issues if you don't have the correct size. I'm pretty sure the size that I use is right, but for some reason my nipples are just really sensitive, and this nipple butter has been a life changer for me. I actually like to put this inside the flange and also on my nipples so that when I start pumping, there's some lubrication so that my nipples don't dry out and crack. And it's safe for the baby. It's also really, really good and moisturizing for your nipples. It's so important to moisturize your nipples. I wish I used this every time I pumped and breastfed. I was slacking and my nipples got so damaged and cracked, and it was just a nightmare. So I highly recommend using a nipple butter. Even if your nipples feel like they don't need it, they do. They need it. They need it. You need it. I truly don't know where I would be without this guy. And I'm not being dramatic when I say that. This has literally saved my life. If you guys don't know what a Haakka is, I feel like most moms or moms-to-be do, but if you don't, this is something that I highly recommend. It is not too pricey. I think it's like 30 bucks maybe. You need it. You need it, okay? This is the Haakka. You can actually use it for multiple things. The first thing that you can use this for is if you are nursing on one side and you need something to catch your milk in the other side, you just latch this on to your boob and it catches the extra milk that you would have just lost. So what I like to use this for is actually for when I do have a clog. What I will do is fill this up with warm water and Epsom salt, and I will latch this on and let it soak for 20 minutes, and doing that will actually help bring the clog out. It will take a couple times. Sometimes this takes 2 days for me, and I have to do it like morning, afternoon, night, and do it for 2 days. It really does help bring that clog out. Sometimes if I feel like I'm super engorged or if I'm in pain and I'm not ready to pump yet, I will latch this on and it just kind of relieves any of that extra engorgement. It's amazing. You 100% need this. Also, this is amazing to use. I actually had a really bad clog the other day. I put this on in the bathtub and it was amazing. The extra warm with this on just really helped get things moving, and I just highly recommend this. All right, the next topic I want to kind of talk about are clothing for baby. When I was first pregnant and I was shopping for myself, I was always just buying what I thought was cute. Even if it had the buttons on it, I would still buy it because I didn't realize how much of a hassle it is to button your baby's clothes back on at 2 in the morning, at 4 in the morning. You don't want buttons. I'm telling you right now, zippers are the way to go. They're just super quick and easy. You can zip them right off. Change the diaper, zip them back on, and they're good to go. If you have buttons and your baby's crying and fussing, the last thing you want to be doing is buttoning your onesie. Trust me when I tell you. I also do want to mention this brand because I really enjoy it. This is the brand Kite Baby, and this is actually a brand new one. These are so soft, and they actually offer all different styles. You can get the footies or you can get the romper style if it's the summer. I really like the footies because right now it's a little chilly, and they're just so soft. They do have a double zipper, which is amazing because you can actually zip from the foot up. That way you don't have to take the whole thing off when you're changing your baby. This is something that I wish I knew from the beginning because I had so many button onesies that I was using, and I just regret that so much because I bought so many things with buttons on them and I never use them. I highly recommend zippers. Swaddles, you guys. I know some babies actually don't like being swaddled, but my baby loved it. He slept so much better when he was swaddled. I wish I knew ahead of time because I only had, I think, 1 or 2 of these and he spit up quite a bit. So I was constantly washing the same 2 swaddles all the time. So if you are going to spend your money, spend it on swaddles. So this is the brand Swaddle Me. I highly recommend this brand. It is such good quality. I think I got a 3-pack for, I want to say it was 30 bucks maybe. I can't remember exactly, but what's great about these is they're super easy. Not only do I recommend swaddles, I recommend the kind that you literally just put your baby inside this little pocket, then you tuck Velcro and they're good to go. In the middle of the night, you are not going to want to unravel your baby from this huge swaddle blanket because it is a pain to do that in the middle of the night. This was super easy. You just un-Velcro it, take them out, put them back in, and it's just so easy. So this brand is the brand that I liked the most. I will definitely have everything that I talk about linked down below. So he actually did grow out of these because he does kind of roll to his side now. So now we just swaddle him with his hands out, which is what I'm going to talk about next. This is amazing. This I got off Amazon as well. And this is by the brand Amazing Baby. This is the transitional swaddle sack. And what I like about it is it has these little pockets right here for his arms. He loves to sleep like this. He always has his hands in a little fist and he lays with his hands straight up like this. So this actually works perfect for him, and it zippers all the way down and it has this little sack here. So he's nice and tight in here. Sometimes we will go back to the Velcro swaddles, but we will just keep his arms out. So we will just Velcro it here and then keep his hands out. That way if he does roll over, he has his hands free. Also, my baby loves to suck his hand. He's a self-soother. He doesn't really love the binky anymore. He just shoves his fingers in his mouth. So it's nice when I have his hands out of the swaddle because he can kind of soothe himself to sleep. If he wakes up in the middle of the night, sometimes he will just suck on his hands and it puts him back to sleep. And then the last clothing piece I would recommend is a baby wrap. This is from the brand Solly Baby. This is an expensive wrap, but it is so good, you guys. This is so convenient to have if you have a really fussy one at home and the baby likes to be close to you. I highly recommend a wrap like this because you can just wrap him on and carry him around. They call it wearing the baby, and I highly recommend that. I think it's really good for the baby to kind of calm him down. Or if you have to get things done in the house, laundry, dishes, this is perfect because you can just wear him and get stuff done around the house, and they actually like the motion of moving around. It makes them feel like they're kind of still in the womb, because think about it, you were wearing them before, so it kind of gives them that same sensation. Also, if you are going to the store or something, going grocery shopping, this is great to use. I've used this a lot going to the grocery store, and you just wrap them right in and they feel just so cozy. So I highly recommend a wrap. Diaper bags, guys. Okay, let's just talk diaper bags. Purse, Michael Kors, your purse? Don't know her. My diaper bag has become my purse, you guys. When you have a baby, the last thing you want to be doing is carrying 5 different bags. So I highly recommend getting a diaper bag that is, something that you are okay with wearing that doubles as a purse. This is what mine looks like, and I'm obsessed with it. My best friend actually got it for me for my baby shower, and I use this like a purse, and I use it as a diaper bag. So if you guys want an in-depth diaper bag video, I will definitely do that for you, but I don't want this video to be super long. But I will just quickly tell you that it does have this back pocket. It has a zipper pocket here. So the back pocket, I like to kind of keep stuff like my keys, my wallet, stuff like that. So that's my section back here. And then the zipper portion in the top is where I like to keep everything for him, like his diapers, anything like that. And what's also nice about this is it has this little side. I don't know if this came with it. She might have purchased it separately, but I think it came with it. And this is good to store your binkies in. So also, you can take this off and adjust it. You can turn this into a backpack if you wanted to. There's an extra strap that comes with it. I like it as a little side bag. So I just throw this on my shoulder and I'm good to go. I highly recommend investing in a diaper bag that is stylish or something that you would like to use as a purse. I really thought that I was gonna use my purse and a diaper bag. I don't know what I was thinking, because that's just not realistic, especially if I'm going to work or something and I'm dropping the baby off at my mom's. I just like to bring this because I also like to store my pump in here. So when I go to work and I'm pumping at work, I store all of my pump parts in here, my bottles and all of that, and I use it as my purse for work as well. So it just works well for me as a 2-in-1. So that is something I really didn't know. In the beginning I thought like, oh, I was gonna use my purse and the diaper bag, but it's just not realistic. If you are someone that uses both, good for you, but I really recommend getting a good diaper bag that you can use for you and baby. Okay, so next I know this video is super long, but I want to cover some baby gear. So the first thing that I want to talk about is a swing. So if someone asked me what like the #1 baby gear product would be, I would 100% recommend a swing. My son loves to be in the swing. Yes, there are a lot of times that when we first strap him into the swing, he fusses around, but eventually he falls asleep and he'll stay asleep in it for 2 hours. And I'm able to get stuff done in the house and it straps him in, so I'm able to do the dishes or clean the house or do laundry or whatever I need to do throughout the day. And it has been a life changer for me. I don't know what I would do without the swing. So a swing is something that I highly recommend if you are making a registry or something like that. You definitely want to make sure you have some sort of swing on your registry. It really does make such a difference. And my swing kind of goes back and forth. The one thing that I love about my swing is it plays music, so it really does help calm him, and he really enjoys the music. It helps put him to sleep, and sometimes he'll just chill out in that wide awake and he loves it. So that's like my top baby gear item for sure. Another thing that I highly recommend is actually a diaper caddy. So you guys, I'm being 100% honest with you when I tell you I barely ever use his diaper changing table in his nursery unless it's like at nighttime. This is what I use throughout the day. Usually we're hanging out in the living room and the last thing I want to do is go all the way to his nursery to change his diaper or anything like that. Something like this definitely is a game changer for me. I like to store this under my coffee table in my living room, and what I have inside of this is just some petroleum jelly. I have diapers in here, wipes in here. I will sometimes keep a burp cloth in here. This has pockets so you can store stuff. I heat compress stored in here, and I also keep my breast massager in here as well. This just makes life so much easier when I need to change his diaper. I just pull this out and I can get anything I need out of it. I do want to also highly recommend a diaper changing pad. I keep this stored inside of this, and I will just lay this right on the floor. Here there's a little pad in here, and this is where his head goes. I use this every single day. I lay this right on the rug and then I lay him right on top of it, and it's really easy to clean. And you can actually store stuff in here, but I don't, because I actually just roll this back up. And this is something that I would just kind of be like, a diaper changing pad, like, man, I don't need that. But I'm telling you, it's a game changer. So I store this right inside my diaper caddy. I got my diapers, my wipes, and then these little pockets on here for anything else. And I got this off Amazon as well. So highly recommend. So like I mentioned earlier before, we are using formula as a supplement mixed in with breast milk. So I really wish that I used this way earlier. I found this picture. I think I got this off Amazon as well. This is not sponsored, by the way. This is a little formula pitcher. You can pre-mix your formula for the day in here, and the reason why I really like this and the reason why I was using this is because my baby is quite fussy and gets very gassy. So I really like this because it kind of prevents bubbles inside of his bottle. Normally when you mix formula, it gets really kind of like fizzy and bubbly, and I feel like that was irritating his belly. So if you pre-mix it with this, the way that it mixes, it kind of prevents the bubbles, and it's also great because you have your formula mixed for the day, and it's great. So if you are someone that is using formula, you have your little pitcher and then you can just pour it in. You got your little open and close, so it literally is like a little iced tea pitcher, but for formula. So it's great for preventing bubbles and also great so that it's nice and pre-mixed for you. The next thing that I think is a must-have, and I'm sure a lot of moms already know about, but I figured I would mention it anyway. This is the little Frida Baby What's the Fuss kit. It comes with these 4 things that I use literally all the time. So it comes with the snot sucker, which I use all the time to get his little bugs out. Then you have the Windy here, which, you guys, this thing is a game changer. If you have a newborn that's super gassy or constipated or, you know, just having issues passing gas, this thing is amazing. So it comes with 4. So this is what it looks like. It's not reusable. You definitely want to dispose this when you use it, but you do lube this little end up. You stick it in their little tush, and it's supposed to help pass gas or even sometimes help them poop. I use this on my son, and it was like an enema for him. He was so fussy, crying, wouldn't stop crying. So we used this and he pooped, and it was amazing. So definitely something to think about if you have a fussy, gassy baby. Next is the Snipper Clipper Kit. You definitely want to make sure you are clipping your baby's nails. My son always scratches himself in the face, and I always have to clip his nails because they grow so fast. So this comes with a little kit in here. And then the last thing is this, which is amazing. I actually have a backup right now that I'm using, and then I will use this when that one kind of gets gross. But this is really good to prevent cradle cap or dry scalp. So what you will do is kind of put this between your fingers, put some soap on there, and you just kind of rub it on their head, and it really just helps kind of get rid of that dead skin and will prevent cradle cap. So this kit for me was a must-have, and I'm so glad that I got it. It just has all like the little gadgets that you need for baby. And it's really convenient because I keep it all stored in here. And this is also something that I keep in my living room, under the coffee table, next to the diaper caddy, because I'm using this constantly. So it's nice because it's just stored in this little packaging here. So I just keep it all in here, and it keeps it nice and clean. Another thing that I really found useful is a baby lounger. Unfortunately, we did have the Boppy baby lounger, and then it got discontinued because babies were actually dying on it, which was honestly traumatizing and scared me because I was using the baby lounger so much with him. I always used it when I was watching him. You never want to walk away from a baby when they're laying on a lounger, because if they lay a certain way, it can cut off their air supply and it can cause them to suffocate. So that was traumatizing, so I threw that away immediately, even though he loved it. He loved laying on it. Like, it was something that put him, you know, at ease. He really just liked to sit on it and kind of look around. I actually just found this one that I'm going to show you guys at TJ Maxx. It was 60 bucks, and it's really nice because it has a little imprint so that his butt can kind of sit in it, and it has a little pillow so he can kind of lay. This is great for feeding. If you're bottle feeding, he can lay on that and you can feed him that way. Or if you just want to sit on the couch with him and your arms are tired from holding him or whatever, or I keep saying him because I have a son, so just disregard that, but I highly recommend some type of baby lounger, but definitely do your research. So the last thing that I want to cover before this video is like an hour long, my battery's dying as well, so I want to hurry this up, is I do have a little bit of a fussy baby. He can sometimes get fussy, gassy, have colic, things like that. So I just want to quickly mention this because this is something that I kind of learned over time, and it's something that I wish I knew in the beginning. These are things that really help kind of calm him. So the first thing is step outside. I am not kidding you guys. When my son was super fussy and nothing would calm him down, a binky, a bottle, diaper change, nothing would settle him down, holding him, nothing. So finally I just was like, I just ran out of ideas and I just needed some fresh air myself. So I stepped outside and he stopped fussing immediately. Something about the fresh air and just looking outside really, really helped calm him down. So definitely try going outside if you are having issues with that. I highly recommend doing that. The next thing is bouncing on a birthing ball. So I actually will just hold him and bounce on the ball and he stops fussing immediately. Something about okay, so my battery just died and I only charged it for like a couple more minutes, so I'm gonna try to finish this video. But also the lighting is awful. The sun is kind of shining in here and leaving like weird marks on my face. So I just want to finish up this video. The last couple things I would say that really help me with a fussy baby are little butt taps. Sometimes I will tap his back kind of like a heartbeat, so I'll do like this kind of sensation, and it kind of makes him feel like he hears my heartbeat. And then just laying with your baby really close and having them kind of skin to skin sometimes will help soothe them. So I hope this video was helpful for all of you moms or mamas to be. Things that I kind of wish I knew along the way, things that I learned, things that I recommend and really enjoy. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below if there's anything else that you want to see. Also, disclaimer, these are just things that worked for me. If you have other opinions, that's fine. These are just things that I wish I knew as a mom. So give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. I love you guys and thank you so much for watching. Bye!